Folks, my name is Chico-Lopez. Today we're going to talk about what disqualifies a dog from being a pit bull. That is an amazing topic, really. I'm probably going to break down this video and extend the topic on different videos. What disqualifies a dog from being a pit bull? In other words, it might still look like a pit bull. It might still have the same attachments as other dogs. And in one of my other videos, it says that within a bloodline of dogs, whatever bloodline you want, there are some dogs that are eagles, some dogs that are ducks, like a duck, quack, 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 and other dogs are flies. In other words, they're all attached by the same pedigree, but they don't have quality. The flies are just common dogs that maybe really don't have the ability and qualified to be an American Pit Bull Terrier. The millennials are going to have a really tough understanding. The Eagles millennials are going to understand, their ears are going to go up and they're going to say, wow, what this guy is saying, wow, he's so smart, I understand it. The dogs are going to be like, I don't know, whatever. And depending how pragmatic you are and how analytical you are, if you are too analytical, you might never understand this, okay? You might never be an eagle. And if you are a fly, which is just a little insect that flies, you are not going to like anything I say, because it's going to go against the image of yourself, calling yourself as a dogman, and understanding that I gave my formula as a dogman. When I was in 1997, 98, I had a formula. I looked around and I said, what defines this guy as a dogman? And I looked for, in 1987, I looked for a common denominator to what was the level of respect of anybody, any payaso, any clown can call himself a dogman. But there were some people that were dogmen and they were respected. Typically, I would say that the average of that would have been 1 grand champion and 5 champions. That would be a simple formula. And I think you don't have that formula for yourself, that you made it yourself with your own hands. So most likely in those times, it will take you and transport you to the 70s, you will not be considered to be a dogman. I know this news might break your heart, but it is what it is. Going back to the topic, what disqualifies a dog from being a pit bull? If he has a similar pedigree, if he maybe looks the same, or if he doesn't look like the rest of the pit bulls, don't have the confirmation. Since you guys go to movies and stuff like that, I'm going to give you a perfect sample. Hollywood can help you on this one. The 300s, Leonidas. These men that fought a tremendous battle, the Greeks, and so there was a part on the movie, you can go look at the movie, where Leonidas is talking to a man that was related, blood related to him. They were in the same pedigree, they were from the same town. His father was friends with Leonidas, fought with Leonidas and stuff like that. But this son was deformed. He was kind of like a Quasimodo, like that, like the hunchback of Notre Dame, you know, his face deformed, his eyes were not in the right place, his body, he didn't have the right body conformation. In other words, if you pass me the siega-the-great somewhere here, you know, if he didn't have, maybe I look for it myself here, since you're holding the camera, he didn't have this kind of conformation. You know, in the opposite side, he had the wrong conformation. He didn't look like this or like this. Okay, and so, you know, he kind of like the Quasimodo guy looked like this. That's how the Quasimodo guy looked like. He didn't have this warrior conformation, you know, this. You know? So Leonidas told the guy tried to explain to him, and he tried to be nice to him and disqualify him. That's a perfect sample. That guy right there, that generation, because he was deformed like this right here, it would not be an American Pit Bull Terrier. Smart. But remember, pedigree-wise, were attached to him. That dog, that person was not a warrior anymore, could not be part of the 300. Now, there was something else why he will not qualify. What was in his heart, what was in his mind, what was inside him didn't qualify him either. He went and betrayed the 300 and got them killed. He was the one that went and betrayed them. The dog that betrays in the past, rearview mirrors, 1900s, 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the dog that quit on the mission to become the winner it was a pit bull that was attached by a pedigree to many other dogs. And because he quit, he wouldn't qualify to be a dog that was worth breeding anymore. Although the millennials today, in some places around the world where they still don't have the harsh laws and they still do the activities of having some low-level combats, those guys, they pick up the quitters. In Brazil, you had a guy that only pick up quitters. They have a hard mouth, let's pick up the quitter. You know, I don't want to say his name, but the dogs are black. I should give you in a sense. And it's so funny that those black dogs from Brazil, the Americans in North Carolina said, let's get these dogs. They never knew anything about understanding of bloodlines. So I'm literally coaching and teaching people how to think. Let's only be this thinker about the understanding of the American Pit Bull Terrier. And when it comes to this perfect animal, there is a separation. You might still be attached by pedigree. You might look or might not look like a real American Pit Bull Terrier, but you are not an American Pit Bull Terrier so easily. So there's a lot of ways to be disqualified. I can tell you that the giant pit bull on television, all these giant pit bull, he's not a pit bull. Even the dummies agree with me. He's not a pit bull. I can tell you that the double X's, the pit bulls, whatever, this is the first thing you find online. Double X's are not pit bulls. Triple X's, giants, packet pit bull, the bullies with the deformation of the worst pit bulls are not pit bulls. And many of those leftovers of the game, they do have some dogs that they do have pedigrees, and I know the leftovers and pretenders, they dream. And I will give them something special. I will say their dogs are better than a bully. And if someone is really not looking for the best, is just looking for a dog that has papers and it comes with some ideas and some fantasies, you can always get a dog that's better than a pit bull by going to some kennels that have some dogs. Now, if you want only the best, like me, if you are really like, I want only the best and the best, there's only one option, and that'll be my program. My name is Chico-Lopez. I hope this video added science to your head, comprehension and understanding. For you millennials, it's going to be a little tough because your way of thinking is completely corrupt. These dogs were made in times where men understood that man was a man, woman was a woman, God was great, and so on and so forth. And today your times have a lot of turbulence, a lot of stuff going on, and people want to be socially correct and so on and so forth. And I'm glad I'm an old man, I can only say this, okay? And I'm glad that I was able to lead the times of the greatest dogs on earth. And what we have today is really the leftovers of the greatest dogs in the world. The American Pit Bull Terrier, the real American Pit Bull Terrier, will be extinct very soon, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, no more. And what you will have will be the common pit bull. And obviously this destruction, these are flies, this destruction will be all over the place. On the poor neighborhoods, they'll be breeding these. And I think that my work will have some eagles that were mistaken attract to these dogs, say no to this and yes to greatness. And that's the only thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for eagles, I'm looking for great people. I don't sell dogs to everybody. I'm very particular on who get my dogs. And yes, I want to preserve the real American Pit Bull Terrier. I'm educating the world. I'm telling you things and angles and views that nobody ever seen before. My name is Chico-Lopez. You can always find me at chico-lopez.com. My number is 281-226-0370. God is great. God bless America. God bless the real American Pit Bull Terrier. And for the next video, leave your comment. Make a nice comment. I'm going to select the best comments to share them in social media. Thank you very much.